Greetings, niggas and bitches. But I'm just gonna say right now, I actually don't feel like putting on. I don't want to have the cam on right now. So yeah, I like this right here. What happened to Ice Spice? I saw like a bit of this video right here, and I just thought that it's like, you know what, this is something I should speak on when it comes to me right now. And yeah, I just got some shit to say though. So let's go.
Now, if you've paid attention to the music industry long enough,
Hold on. Okay.
you've probably seen a story that goes something like this. Someone appears out of nowhere. One song, one moment, one viral clip, and suddenly they're everywhere. Their name is going viral online, their face is next to every major artist, and then
Yeah, and this is actually one of the worst ways to blow up though, because the thing is like the faster you rise, the faster you fall. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't really have time to build what can't last. I mean, you don't really have time to be able. You're not gonna be able to really build what is able to last.
just as quickly as it all started, the noise dies down. Ice Spice was that story. Born Ice is Gaston on January 1st. Everywhere. Their name is going viral online, their face is next to every
I forgot about this right here. Like, I'm not gonna front. Like, when it comes to me knowing this bitch, bro, it's like this hairstyle was what I knew the bitch for, and now it's like, bro, I'm just seeing I be seeing these shits right here. Bitch, better close his mouth before I fill it up with some.
probably seen a story that goes something like this. Someone appears
You see this hairstyle right here.
out of nowhere. One song, one moment, one viral clip.
And then now you got shit. Now you basically got like this cotton candy ice cream melting strawberry shit on its head.
And suddenly, they're everywhere. Their name is going viral online, their face is next to every major artist, and then just as quickly as it all started,
And also it fucked it up though just by straightening out the hair.
the noise dies down. Ice
But here's the thing though. Let me tell you something though. You curly haired motherfuckers though. I have an idea. I don't really know the entirety of the maintenance of curly hair, but I know for a fact it's an absolute bitch, bruh. Curly hair maintaining that shit is a bitch, bruh. It is a bitch. The pain y'all niggas bitches be going through.
Spice was that story. Born Ice is Gaston on January 1st, 2000.
So I understand why y'all niggas and bitches just be straightening your hair though.
In the Bronx, New York, Ice Spice went from working as a cashier at Wendy's and folding clothes at the Gap to performing alongside.
But me personally, like if my hairstyle was really like this though, and this is how it really looked, I'll just keep it like this though. And honestly, I wouldn't do anything about it though, no matter how messy it is.
Taylor Swift and landing a record on the Barbie soundtrack.
Why? Because that's not how my hair actually looks though, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm keeping the nappy headed, you know what I'm saying?
All of that happened within roughly 2 years, but looking back now, the question was never really whether she could rise, because she did get it popping and she did it. Looking back now,
I don't know, like when it comes to basically holding up all this cash right here, I'm not gonna front though. Like the thing is, it's so, I would know for a fact it's so nice to hold that stack of cash right there in your hands and shit. But when it comes to basically doing it like in a way, I just think that it's been overdone like in music videos though. So what needs to happen is that I just think that basically niggas and bitches gotta basically flex their money in creative ways and not in ways that it's just annoying, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, like basically Future, he had a music video called Blood on the Money though. Let me try to look for it though. DJ Esco and the other nigga though, they went and like found this coffin full of cash though, and it's like what they were doing with it, it's like it was kind of like creative, and it was, I wouldn't say creative, but it wasn't off-putting though, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to how these niggas was doing with their cash. Like look at this, like you see, like just Esco just falling on the cash right here. And then it's like just Metro with his big ass mouth just open though, but it's good, but I understand the excitement. And then there's look at him. I don't know what it is about this right here, but it's just that like it's not off-putting and it's just different though. It just seems like it's out of place. It's all over and all that stuff, and it kind of looks like a phone with these shits right here though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then basically there's fucking Esco over here just basically like holding this stack right here to this stack right here, and it's just that like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I won't say a stack, but like a piece though right here, and it's like just holding two phones on both these ears. Like these, they're different. They're not off-putting, and it's unusual though because of how uncommon it is though. You know what I'm saying? So I would say some shit like that though. You know what I'm saying? This nah.
Now, the question was never really whether she could rise, because she did get it popping and she did eventually become a success. The question was always whether any of it was
Or maybe it's because it's been done. It's been overdone though.
built to last. She attended Sacred Heart High School in Yonkers before enrolling at the State University of New York at Purchase, where she studied communications and played volleyball. By her sophomore year, she had dropped out, and then she went back.
Okay, so this bitch basically low-key did have like a fat torso even in the younger years though. Like it's hard to see, but you can see it's there, dog. Like you can just kind of see like the thing is the loose skins though. You know what I'm saying? Like you can basically like it's easy to grab though. I don't know why they call them like love handles though. They're ugly though. Okay, so nah.
Where she studied communications and played volleyball.
But this is tolerable. But love handles are ugly.
By her sophomore year, she had dropped out, and then she went back to the Bronx, took on a range of jobs to support herself, and became
I don't know why, but this bitch with the eyes though kind of looks like an alien emoji.
the primary figure in the lives of her younger siblings.
I guess it's because of the shape of it, but at the same time, it's because of how close they are together that it just seems kind of okay.
The eldest of 5, music had always been something she gravitated towards, and college was where she began to take it more seriously. It was in college that she met Ephraim Louis Lopez Jr.
Now that's wild. How the fuck in college do you manage to even... No, what the fuck is this nigga's eyes? What the fuck is this nigga's eyes? I'm not tweaking. Why is this eye drooping more than the other one? It's like, bruh, this Jason Voorhees is noticeably looking as the deformity right here. Like this shit kind of like, it's like there's like a misplacement in the orbital structure though. On that stuff 1-3. I don't know what kind of lack support and what bone support is lacking for this one, but there's something off right there.
Known in the music industry as Riot, a producer with real ties to the music industry through his father, DJ Enough, a Brooklyn
something's off. Something's off.
born DJ and radio personality who had been working at Hot 97 since
this nigga's eyes fucked up. This nigga's eyes are fucked up.
1998, and that connection of course mattered. Because Riot wasn't just talented, he had proximity to the industry in a way most independent producers didn't, okay? So he was the plug for had proximity to the industry in a way most...
Okay, so this this bitch Spice right here basically just always putting its lips over its lipstick though, you know what I'm saying? I mean putting its tongue on its lipstick though. You know, I always wonder though that the thing is like, how is it that the bitch always has the tongue out though, but they managed without having to taste the lipstick? Like you must be, there's no way.
Most independent producers didn't, okay? So he was the plug for sure. The two of them built a tight working relationship that would become the foundation of everything that followed. In March 2021, Ice Spice released her debut track, Bully Freestyle. A video of her participating in the viral Bullshyt challenge then gained traction on Twitter and put her name in circulation for the first time. She followed that up with a few other records that gained traction on SoundCloud, which took her...
I would say that when it comes to the problem with Ice right here is that this bitch is a lazy ass shaker. It's like this scrap of meat is a lazy ass shaker. So yeah, so like that's why between Lotto and fucking Spice though, Lotto wins though because the bitch actually tries though. You know what I'm saying? It actually throws it back with effort though. This set of holes right here is just basically lazy with it.
To the next major step, and that came on August 10th, 2022, when she dropped the song.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
Which took her to the next major step, and that came on August 10th, 2022.
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
When she dropped the song Munch.
It's tolerable, but I see you.
Was distributed by Worldstar Hip Hop and quickly went viral on social media.
I don't know if Worldstar has the same motion as they used to anymore. I don't know.
Within weeks, Ice Spice had become one of the most talked about new artists on the internet.
Or maybe it's possible that the thing is like if you pop up on Worldstar enough though, then yeah, probably that the thing is you will be around for like a minute though.
Not just because of the song, but because of a single line within it.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga might.
That line became a soundbite. Millions of people used it in their...
Yeah, this afro right here, like the thing is like we've been seeing bitches that look like this though, so like I would say that when it comes to Spice though, the bitch kind of does look like, it looks average though. It's not pretty looking though, it's just average. Like this looks like random, like this bitch kind of looks like the low levels of my the faces of my classmates. So yeah, I would say that what really sticks out is basically the hair
That nigga money.
That line
and the ears.
became a soundbite. Millions of people used it in their TikTok videos. All the biggest hip-hop platforms started posting about her. Her stream surged. And Drake also hopped in them DMs on Instagram, of course.
Okay, I guess here's the thing though, like when it comes to Drake hopping into people's DMs and shit though, like I guess into bitches DMs especially though, I guess that the thing is like Drake does, it kind of needs to do that though to validify its existence though, or really make it feel like that Ice Spice or whoever the fuck the bitch the nigga texted, to basically make it seem like it really is something, you really are a person that wants to do, when really is like it's just whatever though. Like, I wouldn't even really consider you during World War III a casualty, because you're just too casual to be a casualty. Well, not even casual enough, I'll say. So a DM, I'm not gonna front. If I was to basically get a DM from Drake though, like I'll look at it though and I'm just gonna ghost the nigga, bro.
Of course. 1 month later in September 2020.
Because I honestly don't really see a reason as to why. I don't see a reason.
2, she signed a record deal with 10K Project under the umbrella of Capitol Records. And now the industry machine.
And it's like, to me, the type of nigga that he is though, as much of a hit maker, superstar that Drake is, bro, it's like, I just look at him as a small boy still, even with everything that he has. He has everything, but he's nothing to me. Whereas for Kendrick though, he's different though. Like the thing is, he has a lot of things, but he's many things though.
Machine had officially taken notice and invested in her. At this point, she wasn't just a viral moment anymore. She had the backing, the marketing budget, and the infrastructure most.
I don't like when, like, here's the thing. Personally, I don't like it when bitches sit down on their asses. They need to sit down on their feet like this though. They need to sit down like this. Like no chairs for them though. When it comes to them, they need to sit down like this though. This is how hoes should sit down. They should sit down like this.
Most artists spend years trying to.
It doesn't matter how dirty the floor is. Sit down like this and look good for our eyes.
Access, but she was still largely unknown on a personal level. A name with a face, but not yet a personality. People recognized her instantly.
And you know the thing, but also I will say the problem with Spice as well is that you can literally see the high budgeting and the high budgeting that goes into all of this though.
Marketing, but personal level. A name with a face, but
look at this. Like you can just see all of this is fucking high budgeted as fuck though. Hold on. All this shit is just fucking high budgeted though. So it's kind of like pushing a product or something or someone into what it's not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
but not yet a personality. People recognized her instantly, especially for the bright orange curls that became a part of her image, but they didn't really know her. That changed when she appeared on a stream with Kai Cenat, an hour-long stream that gave the public something they hadn't had yet, a sense of who she actually was. She came across as easygoing, likable, approachable, the kind of person people felt comfortable rooting for. That stream was more valuable than any press run she could have done at the time. And then after that, she performed that role in Loud, which became...
Okay, so if I was basically in that room, personally, I don't know what the fuck I would do. So it's like when it comes to me, it's like in my mind, I'm just like, I just feel like I'm always fighting demons though, like I usually am. So like in this sense, it's like, what am I? It's like what? It's like when I step in this, like what battle am I facing now?
In one of the most scrutinized moments of her early career. People criticized the stage presence and said that it wasn't there, and that the
and also at the same time, it's like I'm also battling the audience as well. It's like, what the fuck eyes am I, and that it's been looked upon me, what the fuck am I gonna make my way to? Or like, you know what I'm saying, like yeah,
performance was rough, but given how new she was,
it's like when it comes to me, I'm just always on edge everywhere I go.
And how fast she had actually risen, people extended her grace because at the end of the day, she was only a few months into her career. In the months that followed, she released Bikini Bottom, which caught traction the same way.
Okay, when it comes to like extending the grace though, I believe that when it comes to grace, for me, it should be extended no matter what, even at your detriment. For me, though, you know what I'm saying? I can't say the same for everyone else, but I can definitely say that for me. I would say why, but then no. Only you, my friend, would know. Like you, my friend. You only you know, but them no.
Munch had. Once again, it was a specific line that caught people's attention. How can I lose
The bitch even has his whole tongue out over the lipstick.
if I'm already chose? That became the viral moment. She had a formula at this point, and it was working. Then came
Is the shit that the bitch puts on his lips though saliva or waterproof?
the song In Her Mood, which was the final single leading up to her debut.
And it was just so fucking repetitive. The problem with this bitch though, like, I just think that when it comes to all of this though, this could have been utilized right. All this press, all this push, all this marketing, all this promotion, everything, it could have been used right. Personally, if I was getting this much support, what I have to do is that I would have to basically try my absolute best to put my wrath into like 2 projects though, because the thing is like, but also at the same time it's like I need to basically low-key do the overtime as well, because it's like it's now shit's getting busy right now. So basically I wouldn't really go ahead and do music videos. I wouldn't like be outside as much. It's like I'll just disappear and just basically try to make the music I can, and it's like I'll try to be fast with it though, but also take my time as well. As in, I would try to make the support that I'm getting, I would try to shape it in a way that it's built to last. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing though. That's what scares me about like having so much, is having fast fame, because I think that you can definitely use it right, but it's just that it's not for everybody. That's the thing. I believe that I'm ready though, but it's just that like I just need a lot of help when it comes to their support, but I also am gonna try to do what I can to build the shit in a way where it's made to last, where it's like I'm here to stay, so that I don't go away. Because this happened to literally like Lil Nas X. Motherfucker, Old Town Road was the fucking song at the time though. Like, you could not fucking escape it, bruh. And then he just went off. Like, he's a case study of what to not become. You know what I'm saying? And then I would say that maybe Young M.A was the one that did it right, because she still got motion though, but it's just that now it's more quiet, but it's not really as potent as the mainstream media standards though. But I think that that's a great thing though, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a great thing. So yeah, but I think that maybe that the thing is, maybe Young M.A could have like, no, but then again, at the same time, I just think that maybe she just got unlucky. That's the thing. Or maybe it's just because like the bitch was just taking too long. You know what I'm saying? So I suppose that I would have all like the buzz and all that stuff on street, and I would just go ahead and pull out like a couple of meaningful ones though, you know what I'm saying? As in like songs where it's like, this can keep me here, not like commercial songs to enjoy and all that stuff. Songs to keep me here, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, for example, right, I'm not really the guy that's gonna go ahead and basically try to market my YouTube videos or like my Rumble videos mainly in a way where it's like I'm trying to go for like a huge outreach and try to get like the mainstream media and just be a commercial guy, when really I'm just a personality guy. I'm a personality. I'm not a commercial type of nigga.
EP. On January 2023, the EP dropped 6 songs, 3 of them which had already been released.
No bullshit, bruh. You mean to tell me you dropped a fucking EP where you literally have 3 brand new songs where the other 3 was released already? Come on.
At that point, it did 15,000 units in its first week. Debuted.
It could have basically should have been like at least a 14-minute track though. I mean it should have been a 14 track. Or at least 20. Like, if you're getting that much support, bro, I'm taking much more time out of this, and I'm dropping like a full body project though.
at number 13 on the top rap albums chart and landed at number 37 on the Billboard 200. For an artist that the world had barely even known existed a few months before.
Fuck that. No, I'm taking more time, bro. I'm doing the overtime, bro. I hate to leave, but I gotta do the overtime for this.
Those were pretty decent numbers. In the months that followed, she linked up with UK artist Pink Pantheress for Boy's a Liar Part 2. The song peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, the biggest chart moment of her career at that point. Then came the Barbie movie soundtrack, placing her at the center.
Dude, you see, look at how much support this is. No.
Of one of the most mainstream cultural movies of 2023. Shortly after that, she appeared on the remix of Taylor Swift's Karma, a collaboration that
Dog. And you mean to tell me that I have a 6-song EP to my name with this much support? Oh no. No.
Debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Within just a...
If I was getting this much support though, I wouldn't basically try to go ahead and make it excessive though, all the time, in your face all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just a little bit. I would try to annoy the audience a little bit. But if I'm going to basically do that, that means I can't really go ahead and tell people to, like, you know what, stop watching my videos, this, that, once, three. Like, why are you here then? Why are you watching my videos, this, that, once, three? I can't really go ahead and say that though if I am trying to be in everybody's faces all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I wouldn't really tell people to say, stop watching my videos, this, that, once, three, if I'm trying to be in your face. Like, how can I go ahead and tell you to stop watching me if I won't stop popping up on your screen?
A few months.
But then moving on, I would basically, yes, I'm basically yapping though, and I'm going to basically like keep on doing this as much as I like. I'll even turn this into an hour into like an hour. Like, look, it's 4 minutes right now and we're 21 minutes and 53 seconds into this. So yeah, I'll take my time. Now, as for me, I would basically say that what I would do is that I'll pretty much just go ahead and like, I'm not a professional at this, actually far from it, but what I would do is that basically I'll try to fucking annoy the public a little bit by always being visibly there, but then I would also like disappear from some time from here and there, and then I'll try to go ahead and really like go and fucking drop like meaningful projects or some shit though. Like, I would drop like a full project that I will basically focus all of that support on that, music videos, this, that, 1, 2, 3, and then the collaborations can come sometime later as the hype dies out, and then it picks up again. And then if I have to, if they can push the Barbie movie a bit back though, if there's a specific time, then yeah, fuck it, I'll jump on that as well. But also at the same time, when it comes to that, I would also go back and basically have that, and I would literally even drop a music video on the same day or a day or two later after that, and try to focus all of it on me. And then maybe what I would also go ahead and do is that basically I would basically just go ahead and drop a video. I'm not sure on my Twitter, but probably on my YouTube video, where it's like the thing is, where it's like, you know what, this is not just a music channel though, but it's like the thing is, I'm trying to get it, like, I'm marketing myself as a personality. I'll just go ahead and basically, like, you know, when it comes to Extentacion, when he basically pulled out the camera and basically when he talked about himself though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as if like we were like as if like we're his people though, which we are. But then again, I'm not gonna say that though. So when it comes to that, I would basically just make a video and I'll just like, or maybe like sometime later, but not too soon, just sometime later, and then I would basically just talk about myself, this, that, 1, 2, 3, and just say what I feel like I need to say. Then maybe from there I'll just go ahead and drop like a project where it's like I would fucking make meaningful, deep Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole type of songs in a way where it's talking about shit that actually matters and it's enjoyable.
She had secured multiple top 10 records, something most artists never accomplish in their entire career. Around that time, she publicly described Taylor Swift as a mentor, someone she spoke to regularly and received advice from behind the scenes. She also credited Nicki Minaj for encouraging her to learn from experience and pay attention to the mistakes that come.
That's wild. How the fuck is it exactly you've got Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj, who are literally the OGs of music though, that can literally teach you so much shit, and yet you fuck up this badly? There's no ways.
With fame. By this point, Ice Spice had collected cosigns from some of the biggest names in the entire music industry. She had performed alongside them. She had charted with them. She had been inserted into major cultural moments that extended far beyond hip-hop. And all this happened within roughly a year of Munch going viral.
A year. No, I would be so busy, bro. I would be so busy. Like, you know, when it comes to what XXXTentacion was doing, right? He basically had like a similar huge blow up like this too. What he did was that basically when Drake tried to link up with XXXTentacion, the thing with Drake is that this is his move right here. He basically tries to see what the fuck exactly is about to be like the new. It's about to be like the new name, the new buzz, the new, you know what I'm saying? Where's the new potential? Like, the guy watches everywhere. He sees everyone. So like, I'm like, literally, like, if you was to basically make a YouTube video and it's like you at a 500k subscriber though, he sees you. He sees you. He sees me. He sees you. He sees all of us. He sees everything. So I would fucking, like, when it comes to X though, everyone else, if Drake was to basically try to like hop in with you, try to like ride your wave with you, everyone would basically allow him on. And for some others, it worked. Block Boy JB is gone. But when it comes to XXXTentacion, he refused. He in fact used Drake to basically further his career though, you know what I'm saying? And he tied his name to him though, but in a way where it's like, it wasn't like a song, but it was more like a beef. But it was also because Drake snaked him like that, so yeah.
At nearly 40 million monthly listeners on streaming platforms, her numbers reflected the machine that had been built around her. The marketing dollars were significant. The visibility was almost impossible to escape, and her massive social media presence had grown into something very few artists at her stage could say they've got. But there was a level of fragility underneath, one that wasn't obvious yet, but that would become clear very soon. Part of what had driven her appeal from the very beginning went beyond the music. Ice Spice was, based on societal beauty standards, widely considered an attractive young woman. Combine that with her being racially ambiguous.
Here's the thing, Spice is just whatever though, but then to other people it's just like, yeah, this bitch is bad, but this is whatever though. I'll give this bitch about like a 3 out of 10. And now when it comes to SZA, I would give SZA a 4.45, and I would give Cardi B a 4.5. For other people though, they'll say that it's an 8. I would say that based on other people, I would say Cardi B is an 8.2, and also for SZA it's basically an 8.09. But then objectively, it's a 4.5 though, because honestly, when it comes to the 7s and 8s and 9s, they need to have a certain condition. Like, they gotta go somewhere. So yeah,
meaning you can immediately place her into one clear racial category at first glance, and it expanded how she could be positioned, especially from a marketing standpoint. She was light-skinned, with a figure that she and her team leaned into deliberately and consistently. Her brand was built around sexuality, the twerking, the visual presentation, the playful but provocative aesthetic. The signature tongue-out expression became a big part of her image, the constant projection of a very specific persona, very sexual one. None of it was accidental, it was intentional. And it was effective because we all know that sex definitely sells.
It works for sure. I'm not confront though, like, this definitely hits different though. The black hits different.
Colorism also played a huge role that was hard to ignore. Lighter,
yeah, even when it comes to that though, basically Chris Brown will basically walk up to your ass.
skinned black women in hip-hop have historically received greater industry support in the music industry, more marketing resources, and more mainstream visibility, and Ice Spice was no exception.
I won't say that basically it was yes, the mainstream media will go ahead and push that though, but it's also in a way where it's like they even went like engineered society to make them like to make us like that though. So I will say.
Her look aligned closely with Eurocentric beauty standards in a way that made her easier to market broadly. And that's not a personal critique, it's a structural reality. At the same time, her personality worked in her favor. She came across as genuine and unguarded in interviews and on camera. And because of that, combined with her appearance, she benefited from what's often described as the halo effect. When someone is perceived as attractive, people tend to automatically attach other positive traits to them, whether it's kindness, talent, authenticity, even if those traits.
I think that when it comes to me, I'm definitely like the enemy of that though, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm definitely the enemy of that.
Haven't necessarily been proven because there's no correlation between how good someone looks and how good of a person they are. That dynamic is also often referred to as the physical attractiveness stereotype or pretty privilege.
But I would say that basically that's a nice thing though, that I don't like fit the halo effect, and I'm basically an enemy to that because it's like I don't just want to go ahead and deal with just anyone, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm not for everybody. And I'm glad that I'm not for everybody. Cause like honestly, fuck people, no.
Ice Spice brand also spoke to a very specific demographic. Young girls, the visual language around her, the bright colors, pink aesthetic, a playful and sensual energy was aimed specifically to capture that audience. A lot of young girls wanted to emulate her look. They wanted her confidence and they wanted her presence. And of course, alongside that demographic, a large male audience drawn in by the same image for different reasons. In that way, both groups were being served and both were being engaged. This was the architecture of her success. Not talent alone, but a very calculated combination of industry support.
Yeah, it's basically industry support and also the aesthetics as well, but it's not really because of the talent though, which is what basically got you into the game in the first place.
Physical appeal.
Well, like, because if the physical appeal is what's basically the main thing, right? Is that basically this bitch should just go ahead and be a model and market itself as an IG model rather than its music.
Social likability and cultural timing. Now, at some point at the end of 2023, momentum began to slow down. Her monthly listeners dropped from nearly 40 million to around 15 million within the span of a single year. The chart placements that had come so easily during her peak became harder to sustain, and the conversation around her success had started to shift toward another direction. In January 2024, she teased a song called Fart, meant to be the lead single for her upcoming album Y2K. The soundbite went viral on TikTok, and then when the full song dropped, it debuted at number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100. But the following week, it dropped to 52, then 93. Within a month and 22 days of its release, it had left the chart entirely.
I knew it was bad, but not to this degree.
Singles that followed it performed similarly. Her popularity was diminishing.
The others too? Okay.
By the second, and the novelty of her brand was disappearing. Basically, the music wasn't doing enough on its own to compensate for that loss in momentum.
Yeah, that's because the thing is, the music wasn't pushed it wasn't pushed when the momentum was there.
On July 26, 2024, she released her debut studio album Y2K, 10 songs, 23 minutes.
But I think that was deliberate though, and they just knew that this bitch was just an easy cash grab and it was just temporarily. So they just decided to just go ahead and just basically use this bitch and manufacture it in a way that it makes them money most though, and just toss them out though, because this bitch won't last.
For a debut album, a moment that for most artists represent the fullest and most complete statement of who they are, it was kind of short, and the reception reflected that. The general public and even many of her existing fans considered it underwhelming. The album did 28,000 units in its first week. Not really catastrophic numbers on its own, but deeply underwhelming given the scale of the investment that had been made in her career.
Yeah, like 28K is not really bad, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad. Matter of fact, like 100K first week sales is crazy. Like, that is fucking huge. Over 100K sales in the first week is fucking huge. So 28K is not bad, but compared to what has been invested into this bitch, it is.
Part of what complicated the rollout was how it was marketed.
Yes.
Significant portion of the promotional energy around the album had nothing to do with the music itself.
Exactly. Like its entire existence was outside of it. Was outside of the music though, like about 60% of it though.
Centered instead around a supposed romantic relationship between Ice Spice and UK rapper Central C. The two two have been photographed together online. The rumor was that they were dating and people bought into it. And then it turns out that the whole thing had been orchestrated to promote a collaboration. The record ended up dropping, and after the song dropped, Ice Spice confirmed that they were just friends. So the stunt had worked temporarily, but it left a bad taste. People felt manipulated, and that feeling attached itself to her name. The issue here was that the music was being promoted.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Like, basically, like, you can try to go ahead and do some things in a show, like, you can go ahead and try to pull some tactics though, or like a gimmick and this, that, 1, 2, 3. But then it's like, yeah, it's gonna get you benefits now, but it's not gonna basically last later. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing.
Manipulated, and that feeling attached itself to her name. The issue here was that the music was being promoted with the help of a gimmick. So attention was
You see what I'm saying?
being prioritized instead of lasting impression. Around the same time, there was some.
You see, that's what I'm for. I'm for the lasting impression though. That's what I'm for. And honestly, I'm gonna admit right now, I don't know how to do that though. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Supposed attention with the rapper Lotto, a beef if you will. At the time, it looked like another industry rivalry, but it turns out that that beef was actually fake.
What made me want to squash it? It wasn't no real beef to begin with, to be honest.
Which raises a fair question. If it wasn't real, then what exactly was it? Because manufactured conflict has long been a tool in the music industry to generate engagement and headlines.
But I can also understand why the fuck they would do this though, because the thing is like, is the audience even really gonna be there to help you that much though, if you just relied on them and them only? Because let me tell you something though, compared to like what the machine can give you and what the audience can give you, yeah, it's great for your audience to what you can do, but then again, at the same time, your audience is not going to help you as much as the machine can. So yeah, it's gonna, so yeah, you can still get you can still be stable on both sides though, but it's like you're more stable on the side of the machine than you are your audience though, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And also at the same time, it's like the reason why these motherfuckers have to be deceptive though, and also have to like, what's this, make money though, is that they can't really be true to themselves though, you know what I'm saying? Because number one, the machine won't let them though, and also it's because people wouldn't like what goes against what they expect out of you as authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
And then there was a situation with Nicki Minaj.
Because that raises the question though, are you going to basically, do you want authenticity that fits the way you would like it to be? Or do you want authenticity as it is? Like, do you really want an honest person though, or do you just not want to be lied to?
Someone who had really supported Ice Spice and collaborated with her early on. However, after leaked messages surfaced in which Ice Spice appeared to.
That's why when it comes to relationships, guys lies, because if I was to go ahead and tell you the truth, you're not going to handle the truth. You're not going to deal with it anyways. So like, I can go ahead and tell you this and that, 1, 2, 3, yes, and yes, and all that though. I can. But at the same time, the thing is like, the cost is like, it's just because, honestly, people suck. That's the thing. People suck. People ain't shit, bruh. Like, people don't fucking matter. That's the thing, though. So, I don't blame them, though. Now, there's a lot of great people. There's a lot of great people out there. I know, but even when it comes to me, I'm taking a risk over here though. So like, I'm not gonna front though. I'm taking a risk here. So yeah, like the smart thing for me to go ahead and do is just basically just be an absolute PR demon and just be an absolute institution and just fit the standards and have a good image. This, that, 1, 2, 3, to make some money and look good in the public. Based on deception though. But at the same time, when it comes to me, it just doesn't sit well with me, because it kind of like goes against me. Like the people, I guess that the thing is like, if I really was in it for like the money, the money, then yeah, none of this would matter to me. I would just basically just do the the corporation way, all the way, absolutely. But that's just not me though. You know what I'm saying? Even though I can, and I definitely will, because there will be days where I think where if I was sponsored by like Nike or Adidas or like McDonald's, whatever the fuck, I'm going to push the product not because I want to, but it's because I'm paid to. So, but at the same time, I think like I also have like this dumbass belief with my slow ass that I really can't go ahead and make being for the people and being for the corporates, make it work in both ways. So there's gray areas for sure, but yeah. But at the same time, I don't blame them though, because the thing is like, hey man, I can go ahead and basically be truthful in this and this and that once to three, but I need your help. That's the thing. I need your help. Like, I need you to help me out so much. That's the thing. And I think it's because people know that you're not able to do that, or know that they're not able to do that. Let me just say. Because I believe what I'm trying to build here is absolutely fucking different. Because, yeah, I refuse to basically be like anyone else. You and I. So I would basically say I need like a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? So, and then there's like this trend right now where people want authenticity, people want meaningful content, people want what they think they want when they actually don't even know what they want. Which is why for me, I'm going to make the claim right now that I decide what you want. What I want is what you want. You follow what I want. Because I can see that let's say that the thing is like you were them, for example. I see that you don't know what you want. So I will decide what you want. So you're going to take this, you're going to take that, that one's three. You're going to want this, you're going to like it because I like it, because that's what I want. So you're going to like it as well. Even if it kind of seems like I can't really fuck with it and all that stuff once three. Do like make a plan and just deal with it. That's something you're going to have to deal with. That's my claim right there. I say that what I want is what goes. You take what I want, you like it, and basically like do what I tell you to do. So because you can't do things on your own, I'll decide for you. So that's how I would be if I was just like them though, you know what I'm saying? And I can also kind of see as to like why, I mean, I always knew, but I can see why AI is running rampant as quiet as it is. It's because people suck and people are frustrating to deal with. So it's like, you know what, let's just replace everybody with machines though and just wipe out the entire world. And you know what, people know this too, but they just run away from that though. People run away from how shit they are. And then it's like, you know what? You need people like me. You need niggas like me to point your fucking fingers at and say, that's the bad guy. So what does that make you?
Referred to Nicki as ungrateful and delusional, the dynamic between them seemed to shift publicly. All these controversies disconnected from the music, the stage tension, the spectacle around the brand, the headlines, the public shifts, all of it started to stack up. And over time, it chipped away at the authenticity that had made her likable in the first place. Then
I thought it would basically even chip off the tooth as well. That's kind of like protruding and sticking out though.
Personal controversies. A former friend and fellow rapper named Baby Storm had already...
This looks crazy. This looks crazy. I will say that basically the makeup, I don't know. Is this the face to do it on? No. It is. It's just that I'm not used to it. That's the thing. I'm not used to it. No, it's a me thing. This is a good one.
Already surfaced with critical stories about Ice Spice's character behind the scenes, and that was followed by more detailed and more damaging stories from Cleotrapa, another close friend who had traveled with Ice Spice on tour. She described being made to carry her own bags while on the road, being denied a separate dressing room, and being refused the cost of a chicken salad by Ice Spice's team when she asked for food. She described feeling like a second-class citizen, tolerated rather than respected. She said she became convinced that Ice Spice didn't just dislike her, but actively hated her. Now, these stories mattered in a very specific way. Ice Spice's public identity had been built in large part on the idea that she was a girl's girl, a woman who uplifted other women, who was genuine and down to earth despite her fame. That image was one of the primary reasons her—
Oh, and there's only so few people you can really do that with, though. There's only so people that can really do that, though. There's only so few people that I like that, you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something, though. When it comes to celebrities, influencers, streamers, rappers, famous motherfuckers, niggas and bitches, they're lame as fuck, bro. I'm telling you right now, they're unfuckable. There's only so few that you can actually go ahead and be friends with for them. You know what I'm saying? So Kendrick lied when he said that, like, what's this? A lot of superstars that's real, but your daddy ain't one of them. There are superstars that are real, but not a lot of them. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Her female fanbase was so loyal. However, the allegations from Cleotrapa directly dismantled that image. And once the halo effect begins to crack, which it tends to crack pretty quickly, the warmth people had projected onto her began to disappear. And what was left was a less flat.
Like, also going back to Kendrick as well, I also can, like, low-key understand. I don't know, like, when it comes to Kendrick, I think that Kendrick, like, he can potentially be a bigger snake than Drake. But he's also in the machine as well. Like, he's for the people and for the machine. He's on both sides. He's in the middle. Like, when you look at the Grammy Awards, right, there was some craziness that was happening, though, because there was the performance, then there was Justin Bieber basically with his loose asshole beaten up and also hanging out. He was performing in his boxers, though. And then you get Kendrick Lamar with the prestigious image, though, where it's like, you know what? Yo, people, look at this. We gave Kendrick this. He's with us, but look at him. He doesn't have to do all this, that, 1, 2, 3. But nah, when it comes to these niggas, though, they play both sides. So duality, that's what it is with them. So, they play both sides, though. And there was also a thing where it comes to, like, the Epstein case, though, where, like, there was something there was like executives and also the higher ups that Kendrick Lamar is linked to, that was also linked to Epstein. Not Kendrick, but the people he was working under was linked to Epstein, though. He kept quiet. But the reason being is because he understands his position, he understands what's at stake, and he understands that it's like, you know what, it's gonna really be so fucking damaging, and I do believe that basically, that his people are not gonna really help him, though, even though through the hard work that he's been doing, though. Or maybe it's because they will, but it's just that it's not going to be enough. And I think that even if he was to, I think it's because the machine will try to do everything they can to, like, to basically diminish Kendrick's his momentum, though. Because when it comes to the mainstream media, right, if you become too big of a celebrity, bruh, they will literally try to approach you and try to side with you so that they can benefit off of you. And if you refuse, though, they're not just gonna leave you alone. They'll try to come after you and fuck up everything for you. They won't leave you alone. So yeah, these people, they ain't shit, bruh. I'm telling you, they ain't shit. And that's why when it comes to me, it's like, I wanted to mainly be a musician at first. Like, my main lane is being a rapper, a musical artist, a producer. Like, FL Studio is what I use. The problem is that if I was to lead with that, is that like, I'm going to get approached, and even if I was to basically keep shit going, they are going to try to get in my way. So it's like, you know what, I find YouTube easier, though. You know what I'm saying? Even though me being a YouTuber, well, I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm just a nigga that be on YouTube. But even though I'm more available that way, you know what I'm saying? Or like even like me, I'm just a nigga that just be live streaming, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, whatever the fuck, and also being on, also just a nigga that be live streaming and just a nigga that be on YouTube. It's not my main occupation, but I think is the word. But it's something I do on the side. And even though I'm more available, and it seems like that's where I'm mainly at. But also at the same time, it's like I just also really would like to just us to be friends, though. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that there's only a small percentage of people that I'm going to be building with, though. So going back, so when it comes to Kendrick, he basically is keeping quiet though because he knows his position. He knows that it's too much at stake though to basically deal with the battles though, and it's like, bruh, he's going to lose everything. That's why when it comes to Kanye West, he was basically apologizing for his Hail Hitler, his anti-Semitic, what this mainstream media would say. But it's because whether he was right or wrong, because he went against the machine, they made an example out of him, and he realized he needed the machine to fucking still function, though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand. It's not worth. It's not worth having to basically look like a macho man or basically be the big man, this, that, 1, 2, 3, and like when it comes to what it is that you have to deal with. Like here's the thing, I believe that when it comes to people though, people are not scared. People just don't want to deal with what comes with that. Just like when it comes to being authentic though, people are not scared of being authentic though. It's just that they know what the fuck that brings, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's the repercussions though, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But even with me though, like the thing is, even as big of a risk that I'm taking though, I will say that I don't even really know what the fuck am I getting myself into. But I would go ahead and basically say I just refuse to be in a situation where I don't want to have a good image that took me a while to make just be fucked up so easily though, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, it just doesn't also align with my character as well. So yeah, I don't blame these people for moving how they move. They know what to do.
Flattering picture. On top of that, her physical appearance had changed noticeably. She had lost a significant amount of weight, slimming down considerably from the figure that had been so central to her original image and sex appeal. Her audience noticed, and that's when speculation about Ozempic followed.
Here's what's up. Here's
Image and
this bitch basically should have done what's this? Should have slimmed up the wrist, the waist though. I meant to say the waist. It would have looked so much better. It should have kept the ass though, maybe get slightly bigger, but it should have slimmed just the torso. I don't know if there's any what's this? I don't know if there's any exercise where you can just do the torso and the torso only, but if you can just basically get rid of that only and keep everything else, yeah.
sex appeal. Her audience noticed, and that's when speculation about Ozempic followed. During that time, she began posting videos of herself in the gym, content that appeared intended to frame her weight loss as part of a fitness journey. But instead of quieting the conversation, it intensified it. And while it's never productive to reduce another person to their body, in Ice Spice's case, her image had been so deliberately constructed around her physicality that any visible change was going to register with the audience. When your brand is heavily tied to a specific look, a shift in that look doesn't just feel personal, it feels symbolic. And for a lot of fans, that change registered as the loss of something they had originally been attached to. And unfortunately, the music wasn't really filling the gap. The streams began to decline, the chart presence faded.
Yeah, like the music as well is like big. Like here's the thing, like the music was the one thing that was the one real thing that really could have kept the bitch around though. So yeah.
The cosigns that had once come so effortlessly during her peak weren't arriving at the same pace. The industry support that had seemed constant started to feel quieter, and suddenly Ice Spice wasn't really around a lot of these very big names that she initially was when she was blowing up. And what's interesting is I generally didn't hear about Ice Spice much throughout 2025, which is crazy to say because at one point,
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't hear the bitch for like the entire year yesterday. I mean, yeah, last year.
she felt unavoidable. It almost felt like the algorithm was deliberately placing her in front of everyone's face. I actually had to go out of my way to look up what she was doing now.
But I think that maybe I forgot about this. I forgot about this.
In 2025, she released just 2 solo tracks, one tied to the SpongeBob movie, which she was reportedly cast in, and another collaboration with rapper Lotto. Outside of that, she was in an H&M
I forgot about this.
campaign this year, and she eventually addressed the weight loss speculation, saying it was connected to depression. Looking back on the story of Ice Spice, I wouldn't really call it a failure. I mean, it looks like she's still getting some type of money, and she did reach a pretty high level of success in a relatively short amount of time. What I would say is that she was never positioned for longevity in the traditional mainstream sense. From a label perspective, the objective
Yeah, like basically like Spice will definitely last for sure. It's just that it just needs to better its music though. It needs to better its music. So it will always have a fan base. It will always get its money, but now it's not but now it's not at that level anymore, and it's not traditional no more.
seemed pretty clear. Build a
I would say that when it comes to me, I would say that's what I would rather take. I think when it comes to me, I would rather have my moments where I'm just basically all over the internet, and I will just basically just go away and just like make some noise away from the media. And it's like, you know what? Don't look around. It's just us now. And then we just get big as fuck quietly. It's even happening with like literally Queso, bro. The motherfucker literally is about to hit 10 million subscribers and have been growing, and nobody, like virality wise, has heard of that guy. But in his space, there's so much noise there. So yeah, I'd rather have that.
brand lucrative enough to exist beyond album cycles, turn that name into a commercial entity, so they can then use that brand and make money through sponsorships, partnerships, visibility. In that sense, the mission worked. Ice Spice's name reached a level of recognition where she wasn't going to disappear overnight, regardless of what the charts said. But the music, the thing that was supposed to sit at the center, often fell secondary, and that order of priority showed. The image came first. The music was built around that image. And when an audience becomes attached primarily to an image, a persona, a moment, the high is almost...
Yeah, I suppose that even when it comes to me as well, it's like, I thought that it's like my music was the one thing I wanted to be attached to, but it's actually the personality I want to be attached to. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like the personality first, then the music comes after. So the music comes first though. So I would like to be known as a musician first, but I don't really have the means to go do that now. So yeah.
always temporary. What sustains careers over time is something deeper, an emotional connection between the artist and the audience. That connection is of course built through music that holds weight, through authenticity that survives shifts, through an identity that doesn't depend on maintaining one specific version of yourself. Ice Spice came close to that. People did like her. People rooted for her, but the foundation wasn't strong enough to carry the momentum once the machine stepped back. And that's the part that
yeah, like the tower was built way too high, bro.
A lot of people don't talk about. When the industry support cools off, an artist is left...
It was like built like a chicken drumstick though, you know what I'm saying? So like basically there's so much meat at the top though, but basically at the bottom the support is gone. Damn near.
With whatever foundation they actually built. At that point, image alone can't carry you. Anyway, have you been paying attention to Ice Spice? I'm curious what you guys have to say. Drop a like if you made it.
Yeah, Blackie Speaks, thank you for the video though. This was definitely... I've seen this though and I'm like thinking, yeah, this is for me for sure. And yeah, thanks for this. Thank you. And also like, thanks for also watching this all the way. And yeah, I'm going to see you in the next one, my friend. I'm out.